Hello, stamping friends. This is Jenny from Celebrate the Journey, and it is Wednesday night. I was trying to decide what day it was. But it's Wednesday night, time for our Facebook Live. So I hope you'll give me a thumbs up, let me know you're here so that I'll know that the sound is working. I hope the sound is working. I'll give you a little warning that last night we had horrible rainstorms with hail and thunder and lightning, and we are under a thunderstorm watch again tonight. So I hope it won't be disruptive. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? That's the best we can do. And hopefully the power won't go out or anything like that. So let me move. I don't know why I have my phone over there. So tonight we're going to use this Fun Low Crafty set. It's called Crafting with You, and it focuses on all kinds of crafts: knitting, crocheting, sewing, painting, using your cut and emboss machine. The dies also have some other crafty kinds of things. There's a paper trimmer, spools of thread, 2 different kinds of baskets. Oh, that's the yarn. A embroidery hoop, the easel for your paintings, and the die cut for the sewing machine. Oh, some buttons and a ruler. So some things that aren't stamps but are accessories that go with crafting. So lots of fun crafty things that I think we can make lots and lots of cards with this. So we're going to make 2 cards tonight, and they're both going to be very bright. I'm just not into the dark colors yet, but sooner or later I will be. But when fall comes, I'll be into some more fall colors. So we're going to use, we're going to do an easel card first. I have seen some adorable cards with this stamp set. Mine's not adorable, but it's still fun. So we're going to stamp the easel first. We're going to use Pebbled Path, one of our new in colors. I do need to let you know that some of the new stamp pads are on low inventory. So that if you were wanting to get some of these new in colors, you want to do that before they go unorderable. They do make the ink pads in-house. It just takes a little time for them to get inked up and labeled. So hopefully they won't go unorderable for very long. Now that gets our little easel going. We're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment on it. You might have seen that on a sneak peek with my invite for tonight that says, "You inspire me." Hi Karen, thanks for popping in tonight. And we'll just stamp that over to the side. We might do all our stamping and then we'll do our die cutting. I think that sounds reasonable. Don't you? So we need our basket for our paintbrushes. We're going to use this little basket. You could use either one. There's a basket with a handle. That's probably a little better for if it's a basket of yarn or rather than the paintbrushes. And this is Pecan Pie, one of our other new colors. Looks kind of like wicker, doesn't it? I hope. And let's see, we need our, we're going to do some flowers. Now this is what we're going to do a little different. We're going to do our flowers twice. We're going to do some with Coastal Cabana. And we'll clean that off. And then we'll do it with Parakeet Party. This is great, getting all your stamping done the first time. Now we'll do our paint brushes with Memento Black. Then we can go ahead and run this through the cut and emboss. All of these will go through the mini cut and emboss machine. I want to make sure this is not too wide. I'm not positive if that paper's too wide. It might be. Yeah, we'll have to do it this way. We can do one cut with this. We'll go ahead and do this one. And then when we cut the blue one out, the Coastal Cabana, we can do it the second time. So we'll line those up. Use some of our repositionable tape to hold these in place. It's definitely a shiftable image. We don't want it to shift. We can line this up on those little tabs at the top that are supposed to hold your paper on the easel, little clips, I guess. See if that's gonna, I think that's gonna work. We'll bring our machine up here. Don't think we need these stamps anymore, ink pads anymore. Hi, Kay. Thanks for popping in tonight. Appreciate it. We'll put this one on the top. And run that through. I can't wait to make some of these, get that quilt patchwork die and make some cards with the patchwork and a sewing machine. I think that's definitely going to be a fun card. Let's hope this die cut pretty well. Oh, look, nice and straight. That's pretty good. And now our little flowers, except we're only going to use the leaf part of this one. So now we'll run our second pieces through. You know, the trick with die cutting is practice, practice, practice. If you're new to stamping, don't let this intimidate you. It's just paper. And you can stamp it again and then cut it out again. And keep trying. Lots of times I end up throwing some die cuts away because I didn't cut them correctly. Try not to let that discourage you. I think this is going to get everything, well, pretty much, not quite. Get all our pieces out here, and then we'll see if we need something else. You probably saw on my little sneak peek that I used some vellum, and I used this polka dotted vellum because the Parakeet Party paper is awfully bright, and I thought this would tone it down just a tiny bit and give us a nice focal point for our easel to sit on, to kind of frame the easel. And so we'll go ahead and run that through all at the same time. Make sure we've got that. Sorry, I hit the phone camera. That's one thing, is I don't have anything to raise and lower my camera like some people do. I don't know how they do that. But here's all our low pieces. So we're going to get ready to kind of put them together. I want to put my dies back so I don't lose them. I didn't want to, I could have just stamped the flowers here and inked them up with a marker. But I kind of thought it'd be fun to have them a little bit 3D. So I've got the Parakeet Party. So then I'm just going to cut the leaves off of the Coastal Cabana. We'll make our bouquet kind of 3D. Just give it a little special touch. And we'll put those on with a dimensional. We can do it with 2. Just have to kind of pay attention to where your flowers go. Yeah, that looks sweet. Of course, we're going to put some Wink of Stella on there. Wouldn't it be fun to, if you were an artist, you could paint your own little picture there. I could draw stick figures. That's about it. So here's our card. pieces. You already know we're going to go with Parakeet Party and Coastal Cabana. And this is the paper from the colors pack. So this is the brights. You know, we have these in all the subtles, the brights, the regals, the naturals, is that what they call it, and the in colors. And usually, sometimes I don't always like these, they're 6x6, you get all these patterns. I don't always care for each one of them, but on this one, I like them. There's no flowers this time, and maybe that's what I thought was nice, to have something a little different. It's just nice, bold patterns this time. No matter what color family, the subtles, I forgot, I left those out, I think. So we're going to mount this on Coastal Cabana, give a little frame, and then we'll mount that on Parakeet Party. Now, you know, if you don't like to do lots of layers, just do one. It doesn't matter. Some people like 3, and this would be 3 layers plus the card base. Some people just like 1 and the card base. There's no rules. It's just personal preference. You just don't want to go over an ounce. Is that right? Yeah, it's because you don't want to have to pay extra postage. Now this kind of calms that down and gives our easel a nice frame. Now, vellum, you can see your adhesive through it if you're not careful. So we're going to very carefully put this down with some tearing tape. We know it's going to be covered up by the easel here. And then we'll put a few glue dots behind the easel's legs, and that'll kind of hold it down. Make sure I didn't turn that upside down. You really don't even see the tearing tape hardly at all. It's just barely showing there. And I think we're just going to put this on with the Tombow. You'll want to let it dry a good bit because vellum's doesn't absorb much. Just a little. So we can go ahead and let that be drying and put our little flowers on here. Cute. Now we can sneak a glue dot or two. I'm going to use some from the paper pumpkin, just because I can pick those up and slide them in there a little easier, I think. Trim my fingernails, it's hard to pick up paper. Speaking of paper pumpkin, I think today is the last day that you can subscribe to the May paper pumpkin called Living in Color, I think is, and oh, it looks so pretty with the new in colors and the natural mountains and woods. And so if you just do a 1 month subscription, you might be surprised at how much you like it. Now we're going to put our paint brushes in that basket, but we need to color our paint brushes, don't we? So I'm going to use some smoky slate. I don't have a silver ink pen. We used to sell those, so if you have one from the days of a gel pen, you could sneak that in. A little bit of contraband, never hurts. Since we don't sell them anymore, we can't do anything about it. And we'll just pick different paint colors for our brushes. I just pulled out colors I like. Let's see, I guess we need a green since we've painted some green flowers. Green leaves. And then I think I have a yellow. I think I'll put Poppy Parade. And we're going to put those in the basket, and I think we'll cut them off. And that way they'll fit in there better. Yeah, that works. Because those dimensionals are behind there, they're kind of blocking the way of the brushes. Let's see if we need anything else here. We need some bling, don't we? I've used this every day for the past week until it's gone, I guess. So we'll put some little bling on our flowers. They need a centerpiece, don't they? Oh, should I put one there? Maybe. And then this can go on the inside. We'll have our quick and easy card. That was still kind of fun to do, wasn't it? So I'm debating if it needs something there. I don't know. I'll think about it. There is another little stamp, but what if it doesn't stamp pretty and I mess my card up? I think I'm going to let it leave well enough alone and just let this be our card. Because I would hate to mess that up, but I should have thought about that before. We'll see. It doesn't have a die. Oh, it does. I could die cut it. So I might stamp it and die cut it and put that other little one there. I'll think about that. But that's our first card. When I take a picture of it, you'll see if I decided to add that on there or not. Now, our next card is still going to be bright and cheery. Little different colors. We're still going to use Coastal Cabana. But this time we're going to use Flirty Flamingo. And I think those look pretty together, don't they? So we're just going to layer the polka dots this time. Yeah, I like the polka dots. And only one layer for our card. We can go ahead and put that on our card base too. It feels like I need to crease this one. I think these would be cute to make one of those little gift bags and put crafty cards in it for your crafty friends. And then I used scalloped dies and made a frame. And then this is a different pattern in that set. And this is going to be sewing, so I thought that kind of looked like stitches. So we'll put that on there. So it's 2.5 by 3 3/4, and it kind of sits right in the middle of that frame. And I think we'll put that on with dimensionals. Since I've got these edges, I think I'll use those edges. Put them to good use. After you cut these and do this a couple times a week, you need to get some Goo Gone and clean your scissors, because they'll pick up a little bit of that sticky. But our snips never get dull, at least to me they don't. They just get sticky. Nothing like dull scissors. All right, that's all ready. And now we're going to do some die cut. A little bit of stamping, a little bit of die cutting. And this time we're going to use the embroidery hoop. And we're going to stamp "Sending You a Handmade Hug." And we'll stamp that with Flirty Flamingo. And then I think there's a little, a little stamp in here that's a heart. I think we'll put a little heart up there. Let's put that on a block. We want to see how much room we have. So I could kind of center it right there. And I think I'll do that in the Coastal Cabana. Let's see how, well, that stamp's pretty. It's a little off center, isn't it? But I don't think it's going to bother me. Now this is on white, but we want our embroidery hoop to be crumb cake, and I'm pretty sure we can cut both at the same time. So we'll just put the crumb cake behind there. And we'll run that through the cut and emboss machine. It's nice to be able to use the small machine instead of the big one. You know what? There's 2 pieces of white paper there. I wondered why that felt so thick. And then I didn't even pick up the crumb cake. That was a piece of scrap that was on my desk. So now I know. Let's hope that's getting, there we go. Hope I'm getting that. If not, we'll cut another one if we don't have that on there right. So glad the rain hasn't, the thunder hasn't started. I didn't want to compete with the thunderstorms. That worked perfect. Oh, well, this will end up giving you a little white frame and then a brown center for another card if you want. I definitely saved the circle. I don't know about if I'll save the frame or not, but that will go inside there. We'll poke that little dot out. And we've got that. Now we're going to do some scissors. We're going to do some spools of thread. So we've got that one. That's the thread. And that's the spools. I think that's it. So we're going to cut some spools. We can probably do all of these at one time. We'll cut some thread. I want white and Flirty Flamingo. Do I have a piece of Flirty Flamingo? I don't know. We'll see. We'll do the white ones and then we'll see what's... And then with our scissors, we need black for the handles and silver for the blades. Now that's crazy because I know I have the silver. I don't know where the black went, but we'll find it in a minute. And we'll go ahead and run these through. Maybe the black will just jump right out at us in a minute. Here comes the thunder. There's all those little pieces. Some white thread. I'll pick that up, and then this is trash. And let's see what we can do about finding our black thread, our black paper. We'll just get a different piece. So we've got our silver scissors. Now we need our black ones. I'm just going to run these through the big machine since it's right here. There's one pair of scissors, one side, and the other side. When I turned around, I saw that I had the Flirty Flamingo, so we'll use that. I knew I had it around here somewhere. Now we have to put our scissors together. I'm not sure if you can see. I think you can. We'll put our dies up. There's a little line right there on the blade of the scissors. So that's where we're going to cut the blade off. Now, if you could let your scissors be all silver. That would not. There are scissors like that. And then we're going to stick the blade on our scissors. We'll have to use just a touch of Tombow. You can usually figure one of these seems just a hair wider. The one with the big handle. Now where's our other silver? There it is, upside down. If you pick that up and then pinch it, it'll slide over into the space it needs. And then we'll put those together. But we're going to do that all at the same, when we put it down on our card, just so we don't mess up. Now we've got our ribbon. We need our spool, our ribbon, our thread. There's one spool. The other is in the machine. It would be cute to wrap real thread on there if you wanted to take the time, but I think that'd be kind of fussy. Just my thoughts. This is fussy enough. This is a card you make for somebody you love. A lot. Okay, I think we're ready here. Now we can put our card on here. I think we will try to turn that at an angle. And I'm just going to put this directly down. I'm not going to use dimensionals. I think it's a little too much to try to get this up. Now you could have done this with the adhesive sheet too. our scissors down so that they're cutting, look like they're cutting. You could use these for a dog groomer or a hairstylist to make a card for the person that cuts your hair. Put a couple spools of thread here. Almost need those tweezers. Now our little touch of difference here, let's see. Now I know this is older baker's twine. It is a light, I think it's petal pink, and I thought maybe we'd try to run it through the scissors. Yeah, I like it. We're gonna run that through like it's cutting, and then we're gonna try to raise that up a little bit and run that through. I could get that going there. I need 3 hands. Yeah, that looks good. And then we'll bring it around. Maybe have another loop here. How cute. So we'll need some glue dots there. To hold those down. Make sure that gets a good stick. Kind of roll it up a little bit since it's bigger than the twine. Oh, that looks so fun. Now we have a little hole there for on our scissors, and I thought we'd just put one of these tiny black dots to make it look like scissors. And I don't think this needs anything else, do you? I could put some bling on there, but I don't see any reason to. Isn't that cute? So we made two pretty little cards in about 45 minutes. I have this leftover strip here we'll put on the inside. Probably stamp another little heart. And I could have cut some buttons, but I think this is enough. So if you have crafty friends, you definitely need this Crafting with You stamp set. I think the dies are really fun, and they extend the use of the stamp set. We'll have to think of lots of things we can do. Your hairdresser could get the scissors. If you have somebody that does painting, you can do a painting card. The ruler. We'll have to think of something with the ruler. I've seen where people put, when you cut the paper trimmer, it cuts a slot in there and you can run the paper through it like you're really trimming paper. So that's kind of fun too. I will be using this for the next couple days to try to come with other ideas. So if you have any ideas, share with me and we'll give them a try. So thanks for joining me tonight. I'm glad we didn't get rained out and everything seems to be going okay. I'll talk to you later. Bye.